Hi, welcome to the Coffee Hour, a show that involves you in verbal interaction. Sports with Brian Camp. So settle in with coffee in hand and enjoy the Coffee Hour. Now here's your host, Frank Allan.
TGIF, thank God it's Friday, and thank God we're here once again on a Friday. Thank you guys for being along with us. Welcome aboard to another edition of Coffee Hour. My name is Frank Allan, and I'm going to be with you for the next hour. We're going to be talking about a lot of things. We've got so much to talk about today. We want you with us. For those of you who have been around with us a long time, you already know the protocol. Each week we come in and we have coffee and we just mingle with each other. Give me a little opportunity to take the time to talk to people who are possibly new out here for the very first time. Yes, we come here each week, every Friday. And at this particular time, we're coming from New York City. That's where we originate. And that means we're Eastern. Usually a different time zone. So whatever your time is, look at your clock because that's what time you come on in your area each week. We get together, we want you involved in the show, and you can do that. And you can chime in conversation like everyone else and make sure that you get your conversation in. And you can do that by using your keyboard, your computer, or your cell phone, or even your tablet. Just type it in, whatever you have to say. I'll see you right here in the big screen. And what you got to do is just wait around and you go with no kinds of conversation again. That's all we do. We do that. So thank you so much for being on board with us. Now you ought to know that we come on 3 different places. We're on live right now on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. And of course, I want to say hello to all of you guys who are watching us. And if you're watching us on Facebook, take the time right now, the opportunity to get on and tag this show to your friends. You can do that right now. And when they see that information, they'll just click onto that information that you sent them because they'll know it's for you. And once they click on, they'll see that'll come right to us, directly to us. And they just come directly right here with us. And then they'll see what's happening, you know? So that'll be a good thing. So please tag your friends right now. And for those of you who are watching us on YouTube, I always encourage you, as usual, to make sure that you go into our YouTube channel, click on subscribe, right? Now, this is what they call a max. All you have to do is just go and put that arrow right on where it says subscribe, click onto it, and that's all you have to do. There's no charge for that. Please, no matter, it's entirely free. We just want you to click onto it because we want you to subscribe. And when you subscribe to us, and if you've already done it right now, from here on in, every time you come on the air live and you don't know about it, you may be elsewhere on the computer, the information will pop up letting you know and giving you a reminder that we're here. And all you have to do is click on to that information and then bring you right to the chat. Even if we so much as post so much as post a videos, I'm saying, you know, we'll get a chance to know that too. Pop right up, the information will pop right up. So keep all of that in mind. And for the rest of you, you guys over there watching us on Instagram, you don't have to do anything special. All you have to do is just continue to follow us, tell your friends, keep the word percolating as we all get together each week. Boy, it's been a long week. And I got to tell you, the news and everything else has been a long week. So we want to make sure we tell you about everything that happened. Now, remember that all of the views and the opinions expressed on this show, the Coffee Hour, does not necessarily reflect the view of the opinion of Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Zoom, or any other broadcast facility or social media outlet. So we got that out of the way. And ladies and gentlemen, with that in mind, let's do what we always do, raise our cups, our glasses, or whatever we have, and lift them up, because what would the coffee hour be without a little coffee? So excuse me while I shoot up. Oh, that's great. That's great. Let's say hello to Warren out there. Warren is out there from North Carolina. Hopefully the weather's good out there. He's like 2 hours away from Brian. And speaking of Brian, Brian's going to be with us not too far away in the program. He's going to be with us with the latest developments in today's world of sports. To understand that, Brian, the voice is, that's the way it is, because the voice is trying to fight with the background here. And if you notice that you can't really hear the background, so the voice and the noise in the background is fighting each other. That's why we get this each week. So I just got that. So we're going to have to do the best we can. It is scratchy, but we're coming through the best way we can. Anyway, Brian is going to be here with the latest developments in today's world of sports update. And you have the latest for you that's coming up not too far away in the program. And of course, later on in the program, we have some entertainment information. And later on, also in the program, of course, all over, we're going to give you those movies that we select on each week. And they're always my pick of the week directly from two classic movies. Two classic movies, of course. We'll have all of that for you. And I just want to give you my picks of the week because I know it's some things that you like to do on the weekend. One of the things may be catching up on some old movies you haven't seen in a long time, and movies that you have not discovered at all in your files. Maybe I have those for you. They may be here. But anyway, that's coming up later on in the program. So we look forward to seeing all of you. All of you guys who are going to participate in the conversation, we're doing the best we can. I know the voice sounds scratchy, but Brian, I'm coming through it. And you can understand what I'm saying, right? Hopefully so. But the people are not having that problem. The people who are watching us on Instagram, they're not having that problem, right? Only the people on Facebook and YouTube are having that problem because I guess the microphone is set up where it cancels out, all the background noise. So the background noise and my voice are fighting each other, and that's why it's the scratchy voice. So bear along with us for the whole hour. And if you decide that you want to join in the conversation, we really would appreciate it. A lot of people may be at work right now. And if you're at work, take time, get away from that water cooler, right? Get at your desk because you may have that coffee break at this particular time, especially if you're at an Eastern time zone like I am. You're probably at the point where you have the coffee break. And so take that coffee break, sit at your desk, and tune into the show, enjoy the show. And when your coffee break is over, you'll still be at your desk. And you can do a thing called multitasking. Because now you can have your desk and you're going back to work. So that's what we have to do. But for the rest of you want to join the conversation, we're going to ask you to give us your weather forecast, right? What weather forecast you have out there. And because we like to compare notes, it's not mandatory. We don't have to do that. It's not mandatory. That's something that we only ask you to do. That's optional. But we ask you to do it because we like to compare notes with the weather that's happening here in New York. In North Carolina, Greensboro, North Carolina is out there. Warren is out there. And he's got to give me a forecast. You can if you want. We're going to find out Brian's forecast when he's on. He's going to give us that along with sports as well. So that is coming up. So you guys who are going to be the weather forecast, that would be great. But those of you who are living in the New York area or even in the vicinity of New York, right? You don't have to worry about it. Dodge the bullet. You know why? Because I will take care of all of that. I will give you that weather forecast. That's what I got for you. Okay, it's 67 degrees outside and sunny skies at this particular point in Greensboro, North Carolina. That's what it says. But I'm pretty sure it's only warning. So 67 degrees, that's kind of chilly. It's better sunny skies. The temperatures may go up over there. We have to find out these things out in the nation. And I got to tell you, here in New York, the temperatures with kind of low for the past couple of days. Yesterday, it was pretty nice. It was mild. Now there's more wind in the air as we talk. There's a little more wind in the air. And so we're going to give you that weather forecast right now and let you know what we have here in New York. When we walked out, it's still 60 degrees outside right now. That's just kind of cool. That is kind of cool. And originally, we were going to go on the outside of urban space because they have tables and benches and chairs, and we were going to do that. But we decided since we're in the vicinity, it doesn't matter. So we decided just to come inside. So here's our weather forecast for the day and for the weekend. This is what we have today. So gear up for it. Right now, we've got partly cloudy skies. It's going to be high 73 degrees. Winds will be north at 10 to 15 miles per hour. And so there's no rain in the forecast so far. Let's keep it that way, okay? Mostly cloudy for tonight, well below 61 degrees. Winds will be north-northwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. For Saturday, it's going to be cloudy, we'll have a high 78 degrees. Winds will be northwest at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Saturday night, as you go out on the town and you decide to do so, it's going to be clear skies. You have below 59 degrees. Winds will be west-northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. And as we wrap up our weekend and head back to the grind on Monday, Sunday, the day of rest or the day of going out to church or whatever you do, expect few afternoon clouds. It's going to be mainly sunny otherwise, and a slight chance of a shower, but high around 79 degrees, and winds will be light and very. Right now, we're putting our temperature only in New York. It's 60 degrees. That's what we have in the books. So, everybody's about to get out those jackets and those winter jackets. You're going to be needing those things soon. There's winter jackets and coats. They're going to be needed pretty soon. And, what can I tell you? That's the way it is. We had our summer vacation. However, I don't know about your area, but in here, the summer, here in New York City, it was kind of unstable. One day we would get rain, the other day we get bright sunshine, and it gets cooler, and it gets hot, we get a heat wave. It wasn't like last summer. But, now we have to look forward now because the winter's coming down. And before you know it, here we are in September, and before you know it, the major holidays are here. We have the holiday of Thanksgiving, and then as we move further, Christmas and New Year's, that's all coming up. But we're still savoring the moment right now. Summer is not exactly over. It's not officially over. It only seems that way. So we keep it going over here, whatever it is. We just want to keep gear up for one of those things that we're about to do. Okay, we're in the mix of, as you already know, our National Food Veggie Month. And they're reminding you that eat all of the fruits and veggies. Now, I know they always the body, they say the body requires at least 5 servings a day. But I don't think there's a human being on earth that eats 5 servings a day. That's why they have supplements. But as much as you can, and as much as you can consume, keep the fruits and veggies, stay healthy. The other thing that we have National Suicide Prevention Month. We're celebrating as well. All month long this goes on. And we want to take care of everyone. And because there's anyone that anyone that a loved one, family, a friend that's in crisis, we have a hotline for you to either text or call. And that's all it takes. If you are in crisis, to help out anyone, anything that's going on. So that's why we have these national celebrations, whether they're meaningless or not. Some people celebrate them, some people don't care. These are important. National Food and Veggie Month, and of course the National Suicide Prevention Month. Again, that number, National Suicide Prevention Month, if you're in crisis, text or call 988. And we talked about the changing of the weather. That just reminds me that 3 seasons here, and therefore it's time to get a poke in the arm again. And if you haven't decided to get your flu shots, do it very soon if you possibly can, because they now are available to everyone. All you have to go is to your favorite pharmacist and let them know that you're going to get a flu shot. And it's available now, but some people, like myself, want to wait until like maybe mid-September, late September, or early October, which is a good time to get the shot. Whatever you do, just get these as quickly as you can and as fast as you can. Also, there's available in some places anyway. I know it's available like the new COVID vaccine. That's available right now. And you can, by the way, get both vaccinations at the same time, flu and the COVID at the same time. So they tell me that's a personal choice. That would be up to you to do that. Right. And you can get it in the same arm, I guess. But most important thing is to get them. Now, me personally, I'm not going to get the birth at the same time. Wait maybe about 2-3 weeks later before I get the next one. But as soon as I get the first shot, then we get a COVID shot. If you haven't taken the COVID shot ever, they say this is a good time to do it now, more than ever before. If you never got the shot before and decide you want to jump on the wagon, this is the time to do it right now. So please, I want everyone to stay healthy and stay safe and get those shots. They're all available now. And again, it's the flu shot and the COVID shot. All we have to do is go to the nearest pharmacist, right? And nearest pharmacists, they're looking and they're waiting for you. They're all waiting for you to be there. Okay, so keep that in mind. If you're just joining us, ladies and gentlemen, the show is called The Coffee Hour. My name is Frank. Thank you so much for being with us for this Friday, July. The weekend is coming along. I know you've been waiting around for that. You've been at work all weekend, and now you're waiting for the time that you can do whatever you want to do. Ready to do that. Okay, here's a little news for you guys who carry headphones. It's manufactured by Apple, which is like the best in the business. A lot of people on board with Apple. As a matter of fact, they have people buying iPhones and they buy Androids. I don't know if it's because they're trying to keep up with the Joneses or they stay hip to what's happening today. But do you know that the iPhone has a new charger out now? It's on the market now. And if you're thinking about using that old charger, they're saying, no, guys, it's new charger. They're changing it now, especially for the new phones that are coming out. Now, I don't know the new phones are from Apple now that are coming out on the market. That's something you want to have to research yourself, Google it, and find out, what's happening with that, what's happening as far as the new phones are coming out. But the new phones are coming out. With the new phones, we have these chargers. And I guess with the phone that you have right now, the iPhone that you have right now, you're still going to need this new charger. That's what they're looking for. I don't know. Apple is the only one that I know that makes all of those changes. But a lot of people swear by Apple phones, iPhones. They swear by it. They even say that as far as the service is concerned, the need for the service for help, technical support, they say they're the best in the business. So keep in mind that these new phones complete. And when they come and buy these new phones, they look to have these new chargers. But for those of you who are still with the old phone, there's a phone that you have right now that you can use the new chargers. I don't know. Is that an inconvenience to you guys? It's not happening with me because I don't have an iPhone per se, what they call the Apple. I have regular Android. And so as far as I know, they have never switched. In my experience, never switching chargers and saying you got to drop that human charger and get off another charging. Never had that. They say, oh, look, Mickey Jones out there. And she out there. He didn't say a word, but he's waving out. He's saying one thing. I know he's there. So I just say hello to him. My fellow Brooklynite from Williamsburg in Brooklyn, New York. Now he's out in North Carolina. He's out in Raleigh, North Carolina. Warren is out in Chicago. Greensboro, North Carolina. Mine is from Charlotte, North Carolina. So everybody's in North Carolina and leaves everybody here behind. All their families and friends, including myself, behind here in New York City. But that's okay. I'm a survivor of New York City. I can take it. I'm okay with it. Very good with it. Okay, again, if you're just joining us, the name of the show is Talk, the Talk Hour. And each week we come on your way and we come along and we have a coffee, tea, and the whole 9 yards together, and we get together and have a good fun. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it's that time. It's that time right now because we're going to go over Charlotte, North Carolina. That's where we are now, Charlotte, North Carolina, because Brian Kemp is popping up right now. Get chicks to meet him, and he has for us the latest developments in today's world of sports. Brian, how's it going for this Friday?
It's a beautiful Friday. A beautiful Friday. It is 68 degrees, going up to 81. Lots of sun. Get your sunglasses out. It's the perfect weather. It's going to be a marvelous, great day here in the Queen City of Charlotte, North Carolina. And
right about that Queen City.
Yes, and the first flight in with the Wright brothers, who first flew the planes many, many, many years ago. Yes. So good morning to you. Good morning to Warren. How you doing, cousin? And to Pete, if he's out there, and to my old longtime friend. I haven't spoken to him in a while, but I know I see him on Facebook a lot. Naoto from Japan. Next time I'm going to tag him.
I wish he would come out. I haven't seen him in a long time. He I mean, he'll pop up sometimes. He'll hit me on Facebook, if I post something, then he'll give me a like or something like that. That's as far as I hear him. But I miss him.
I miss him.
Come and visit us sometime. We're not all that bad.
I'll try to message him for him to come back on. I should have tagged him as soon as we came on, but I'll get to him. But sorry to hear about your Minnesota Vikings last night. I know they lost. They lost a tough. Actually, they gave the game away with all these turnovers. They lost to the Philadelphia Eagles 34-28. So maybe next week, they're 0-2. They got off to a bad start, but the Purple Eaters, as they used to be called in the days of in the 70s and in the 80s, went to 4 Super Bowls and lost all 4 of them. So hopefully they can rebound. And your Yankees split a double hitter last night too. They lost the first game. They won the first game, and they lost the second game. They won the second game. I'm sorry. Aaron Judge hit that grand slam home run. But hello again to everybody. Let me get to sports. In the NBA, Houston Rockets guard Kevin Porter Jr. allegedly attacked his girlfriend, a former WNBA player, Kyrese Gondrezick, at a New York City hotel. It's been reported that he fractured her neck, her vertebrae, and a cut above her right eye. Prosecutors revealed that at his arraignment. But Porter, 23, pleaded not guilty of felony assault and strangulation charges in connection with the incident. Now, they're trying to do the investigation. This was early in the week, was set on bail for $75,000. However, early yesterday, the team waived him. They cut him. They got him off the team. They must have found some evidence or so. But if he does land with another team, he will have to face some suspension time by the NBA, because they will not allow that at all. Speaking about suspension, college football suspended Michigan State head coach Mel Tucker, denying the claims that he sexually harassed Brenda Tracy, a sexual assault awareness speaker. Now, Michigan State athletic director Allan Haler suspended him without pay last night. Brenda Tracy, who operates a nonprofit company that tries to raise awareness about sexual misconduct, especially among college athletes, told the university investigators that Tucker sent her a gift, asked if she would date him if he wasn't married, and masturbated, to use that word around the airways, but it is what it is, masturbated while on the phone with her without her consent, according to reports from USA Today. So, we got 2 stories, two touchy stories. So we will find some more information as more information will come in the upcoming days. Well, the UFC and the WWE are merging together. They're officially joined forces. I'm not going to read the whole thing, tell you the whole story. All I know is that Vince McMahon, who will act as executive chairman, he's been involved with the WWE for a long time. It was once called the WWF, and then before that, the WWF, Worldwide Wrestling Federation, back in the 70s. He will now be the executive chairman of TKO, and Nick Khan will also sit on the board. Now, Dana White, who's in charge, was a former UFC president, will now have the title of UFC CEO. So yes. Football news, as you know, Aaron Rodgers, who's supposed to have been making great progress by coming to the Jets, is now going to be out for the rest of the year due to Achilles torn ligaments. That takes a year. At his age, it may take longer. So we hope that he'll have a speedy recovery. And for the Jets, who have not won a Super Bowl since 1969, that's a long time. So hopefully the Jets could have a good season. I still think they have a very good team with all the new players that have joined the board. So we'll see what happens. This day in sports, September 15th, 1946, Brooklyn Dodgers at that time defeated the Chicago Cubs 2-0 in 5 innings. The game was called because of gnats. Yes, gnats. 1963, the Lou brothers, Felipe Alou, Matty Alou, Jesus Alou, appear in the San Francisco outfield for 1 inning. First time that 3 siblings, played on the same field in the same outfield at one time. 1969, Major League Baseball, St. Louis Cardinals, Steve Carlton sets a record for outs, 19 Mets in a game. That was way back in 69. I was 7 years old during that time. 1978, the LA Dodgers became the first Major League team to draw 3 million fans. 1979, Boston Red Sox, Bob Watson is the first to hit for a cycle in the American League and National League. What is a cycle, you ask? I'm glad you asked. When you get a single, which is a base hit, a double, which is for 2 bases, a triple for 3 bases, and of course, the 4th one, home run over the fence. That's called a cycle. You do that in 1 game, that is called a cycle. 1995, St. Louis Cardinals shortstop Ozzie Smith sets a record for 1,554 double plays. That means he was involved in turning double plays at that position. Birthdays today, Merlin Olsen, 1940, happy birthday. Defensive end and actor, he used to play on Father Murphy, was born in Logan, Utah. 1948, Susan Waldman, started out in radio in Massachusetts, was on WFAN in New York, who's now presently sportscaster for the New York Yankees, was born in Newton, Massachusetts. 1951, Pete Carroll, Super Bowl coach, born in San Francisco, California. 1961, Dan Marino, NFL quarterback, Hall of Famer, born in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. 1962, Ernest Biner, NFL running back, born in Millersville, Georgia. 1966, Sherman Douglas, NBA guard, born in Washington, D.C. And in 1977, Jason Terry, NBA guard, coach, born in Seattle, Washington. And ladies and gentlemen, that is sports on a beautiful day out here in the beautiful state of North Carolina, especially in the Queen City of Charlotte, North Carolina.
Yeah, the Queen City of Charlotte, North Carolina, and kind of jealous because your weather is warm. We have a chill in the air today here in New York, as I mentioned earlier. And Susan Waldman, we were talking about Susan Waldman, and what I love her. I really wish she was back on TV.
She's not on TV.
I saw her. Remember the time when the Yankees, before they got that rained out, they had the old timers game. And I saw, like everybody was there. And Susan Waldman was there, along with John Sterling, because they're broadcast buddies, on the radio. But I really wish she was back on TV. I mean, she was on there for a while, and Michael Field took over. But I'm not taking anything from Michael K. But I love Susan Waldman.
Yeah, I know she was doing the radio side with John Sterling. Last
Yeah.
time I checked, before I left New York, I used to follow her a lot on WFAN, the all sports radio station. But
Yeah.
yeah. So
I give the women in sports announcing or whatever they do for sports or in sports my props because giving their props. I mean, I think about those older broadcasters like the late what's her name? Last name was George.
Susan George.
Susan George. Susan George, and even didn't Jane Kennedy. She was in sports for a while, right? She did that.
What happened was early
I don't know.
70s.
I don't know if she was.
Yes,
I don't
they
know.
used to do the NFL pregame show, Susan George, and then I think she left, and Jane Kennedy came in to replace her. Yes, they were both models too, believe it or not.
Yeah, yeah, they were great. They were great. I don't know if Jane Kennedy just did it to pass the time away, what? But she didn't stay there very long. But I do know that Susan George was like a staple in radio broadcasting. I'm sorry, we lost her then. And now you have other women that are coming up and coming women announcing sports, even doing color.
Yeah.
It's good. The Yankees, we wanted to talk about the Yankees. They picked a fine time to want to be big shots now. I mean, I love them. I'm always going to love them because they picked a fine time to play ball.
Well, when they play the Red Sox, regardless if they got a bad record or a good record, they get up for these games against their arch rivals, the Boston Red Sox.
Yeah, and I appreciate that grand slam by
Aaron Judge.
I appreciate it, but he wasn't hitting any big, for a while. He wasn't hitting for a while, but then again, something, he just not that long ago got off the injury list. He was on the injury list for a while, so yeah. I guess I'm gonna.
He had an injury. A lot of people was making fun of him, saying that he was out for a month for a toe injury. A toe injury? I'm not going to say anything else. A toe injury. I mean, players from the 60s and the 70s, they played all the time, regardless. Even some of the old Yankees would have hangovers from drinking, and they'll get ready for a doubleheader the next day at midday, and they'll play both games from a hangover. But a toe injury?
That's like a Mickey Mantle, Billy Martin, and Hank Bauer skippery. And those guys weren't in the $1 million bracket when they were playing ball back in those days. They like their lives depend on.
That's right.
And well, I'm not going to talk about Mickey Mantle. He was like notorious for that.
Yes.
But baseball was fun to watch. It was fun to be in that era. But it's different now. It's a whole big deal. Now we can look forward to football. That's what we're looking forward to now.
This is it, football. Yes.
Of course, I'm going to keep my eye on the Minnesota Vikings. That's my team. I know you. For the Dallas Cowboys along with the New York Giants. So we'll see about those teams coming back. And hopefully they'll come back and do what they did last season. That would be nice.
I hope so. I like, only am I with Cowboy fans, but I'm a football fan. I like to see good, solid football, close game. I don't like to see blowout games, like last week, I did to the Jets.
Well, don't talk too much about that game Sunday because Warren is feeling kind of bad and he's down in the dumps right now.
Oh yeah, I don't want to upset him. No,
I don't want to upset him. You don't want to upset him. So anyway, hey Brian, I see that ceiling fan of yours going back there. You know what it looks like from where you're positioned right now? It looks like you're getting a shave on your head.
Oh yeah, Yeah. Breeze. It's a nice breeze. Yeah.
Yeah,
You
you
know?
can imagine, it's hot out there. Uh, oh yeah, Laura talked about Queen Latifah singing for that game, the Dallas Cowboys and the New York Giants game. Queen Latifah. I heard her. I was like on the computer when she was singing, so I didn't get a chance to see. What was she wearing?
Well, you know what? She sang the national anthem, and for the first time, I actually for the first time, get a chance to hear her sing a song. You know, I know she's known as a rapper. She's very good on television acting as well. But this is the first time I actually heard her sing a song, and she did a superb job singing in the national anthem. I was amazed how well she sang, and it was a great solo, the national anthem. Many great entertainers from Marvin Gaye, who is known as the greatest anthem. He did that for the NBA game some years back. You know, it was a cool performance by her.
Did you know that Queen Latifah cut a record with Tony Bennett?
Does
Did
she
you know
what?
that?
What's that?
She cut a record with Tony Bennett.
Well, I didn't know that. No. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, she doesn't do much singing. She sounds great, as you said. She doesn't do a lot of singing. I mean, she's known for acting, and she was an early rapper. I don't think she does any rapping anymore. But now it's between singing and acting. That's what she does.
Yeah, she'll make an appearance on a rap award show. Because
And Warren is giving us some more. Warren is giving us some more information too. Deion Sanders of Colorado.
Yeah, very quickly on that. Yeah, Jay Norville has opened up his mouth. Now, I'll say this. I'm going to say this quickly. I don't want to overgo the time. Jay Norville made an excellent point. I don't agree how he said it, but back in the days, even before I was born, you may know this, when a man greets another man, especially a woman, they remove the hat and they say, hello, how you doing, such and such. Out of respect, it was a man-to-man thing. And especially to a woman, you're supposed to remove your hat. Now the glasses thing, maybe Deion Sanders has prescribed glasses and everything. And and I'm not taking up for what he said to Deion, but I understand what he was saying, because that's how it was back in those days when you greet somebody, remove the hat, move the glasses, because especially sunglasses. But I'm not going to throw in the glasses because we don't know whether those glasses are prescribed. And but what's going to happen tomorrow night? Don't be surprised if the score is 75-0 after 3 quarters, because Deion is going to lay on them. You don't say that to Deion Sanders. And Deion Sanders, all he's doing is trying to be a better coach, be a better mentor towards his team, his young men. He's more than a coach. He's more like a father figure to these here players. And what he did was wrong. Wow. But I understand why he said it, though. But what you're doing, you're just adding gasoline to the fire. And Deion, it's going to be ugly tomorrow.
Yeah. Oh, there's always something going on in your sports world. That's why you have so much news to tell us. And a long time ago, it wasn't always that way. But, times change. Sometimes it changes for the, best. Sometimes it changes for the worse. In this case, it could be the worst.
Yes.
Okay, Brian, we'll catch you back here on Thursday. I don't know if you said you may not be here next Friday. I mean, next Saturday.
I'll probably not. I would tune in on, but I won't be able to come on.
That's a sure thing that you'll be off, right?
Yeah, I'll be off, yeah. Unless there's a major change, but yeah. But I'll speak to you more about that during the week, though.
Sounds good to me. Okay, we'll catch you back here next week on Talk Back Live.
Yes. Thank you, Warren. Thank you, cousin, for the information. And Pete, if you're out there, hello. And everybody out there, have a safe weekend. Enjoy the beautiful weather. If you're in the North Carolina area, whether you in or Charlotte, just stop by and wave and say hello. I'll be on my smoker again.
I'll talk to you later. Take care of yourself. It's Brian Camp, ladies and gentlemen, always bragging about the Queen City, Charlotte, North Carolina. I mean, I've been there. I think it was pretty nice, though. Nice place to visit, you know. And some people say it's a nice place to visit, and they still would like to live there. You know the old saying, it's a nice place to visit, but I wouldn't want to live there. North Carolina is a nice place to visit that you might consider wanting to live there. The weather's always nice, and it's been local, and it's great. Ladies and gentlemen, just in case you're just joining us, the name of the show is called The Coffee Hour. My name is Frank Allan. If you want to go with people until the top of the hour, we're so glad to have you aboard with us. Later on in the program, as I told you before, we have those movies, my picks of the week. For those of you who want to get involved in movies, watch the movies and all that. Sure, you could do that. And we have a few movies to give you because, we want to make that part on your weekend. It's to add to your bucket list of what to watch. Okay. On the entertainment front, the Christie Knows Best couple, Todd and Judith Christie, were indicted in 2019 and more than 2 years later, following through a 2-week trial, both were convicted on federal tax evasion and fraud charges. They were indicted by a grand jury, and the court documents show that Todd and his wife were indicted on multiple counts on conspiracy, bank fraud, wire fraud, and tax evasion. And their accountant, Tarantino, was also indicted on tax-related offenses. Well, is she or isn't she? That's the question. Mark Consellos is enjoying his time with his wife, Kelly Ripa, as they co-host live with Kelly and Mark. And he doesn't seem to love that's coming to an end very soon. Consellos recently sat down in an interview and reflect on the marriage of Kelly Ripa, his wife, of course, as well as their experience co-hosting the daytime news talk show. He addressed the remarks Ripa made last month in which she said she's been thinking about the possibility of retirement, but isn't planning to make the big change just quite yet. Rumors of the Candace Owens appearance on The View is circulating once again in 2023. The political commentator and presenter as fans on the ABC talk show divided as many contemplate the idea of her joining as co-host, while some adore Candace, others don't feel she could be. What do you think? Taylor Swift took home the Video Award, and it's the Video Award Prize of the Year on Tuesday on MTV Video Music Awards. Really got the fourth main person of the night for Anti-Hero. Swift was joined on stage by her editor, Chancellor Hayes, and cinematographer Rena Yak. And they took the stage, and she gave me a chance to speak a little bit before she took the microphone herself. If you are a fan of Bill Maher, I think I have good news for you. I think you're going to enjoy. Bill Maher will soon be operating by some new rules. And that's not just the one he makes up in a signature segment on his HBO program. Comedian and commentator plans to restart production of Real Time on HBO without writers. This is the first time TV's night show, night host, will try to doing something like this despite continuing Hollywood strikes by WGA and SAG and AFTRA. So he may be getting along and doing that show. A lot of people love that show on HBO. And that's a great show. Bill Maher has been out there for a long time. So that, he mentioned that on an interview. Because I was watching MSNBC just last week, he mentioned that to one of the hosts that was interviewing that and said that, no, he's not working now. The writers are on strike, producers, everybody's on strike, and that's, the SAG after, and it looks like they're going to be out for a long time. But This is what he says now. He's going to go out there and he's going to do that. He's going to, and all of the people who have no part of the strike with the actors or whatever. And I'm pretty sure this is going to be a big show up for him if he does that, because without the writers, producers, that's a hard thing to do, You sit down and do a show, not fair for the show. I mean, that's a one-man job. That's a lot of work. It's more work that you've seen in your life. But we're also pay attention to this strike that's going on. But the latest that I got, especially this morning, that it doesn't look like this strike is going to be on. It's going to go on for quite a while. And, some of the shows that you've been watching, emerging a lot of these shows that come from these reality shows, which I'm not a reality show fan, but a lot of these reality shows are there only because they're not scripted. They're reality shows, and they just talk off the top. And so that's why they're staying. So reality shows are big right now. And some of the late night shows that you watch so much are not there. And if they're there, I haven't been tuned in on the late night shows, so I'm not sure what they're doing. But I'm pretty sure if they're still on the air, they're probably on the reruns because of the strike that's happening right now. So we'll see what happens. We'll see how far the strike goes. So a lot of people waiting back to see their favorite shows. That's about it. And if you're just joining us, and then the show is called Talk Back Live. My name is Frank Allan. Thank you so much for us. We're here to the top of the hour, bring you all of the news and as you already see, Brian here, the sports. So we're doing pretty good. Okay, birthdays today. We got birthdays today. And here they are. We got Prince Harry is celebrating his birthday today. He's 39 years old. At the time, Louis Jones is 77 today. Director Oliver Stone is 77 as well. Comedian Ron Crosby, he would have been 96 years old today. Singer, the late Bobby Short, would have been 99 years old today. The jazz bassist Oliver Short, who heard Louis Armstrong back in the old days, he would have been 100 years old today. Actor Jackie Cooper would have been 101 years old today. Norma McMillan, who is the original voice character from Casper the Friendly Ghost. She would have been 102 years old today. Remember the comedian Nipsey Russell? The late Nipsey Russell would have been 105. And TV show host Jack Bailey. A lot of you may not remember him, but he was the host of a show called Queen for a Day back in the 50s. He would have been 116 years old. And actress Fay Wray, you don't know her? Fay Wray was the damsel in distress on the original King Kong, right? The big gorillas on top of the Empire State Building, holding on to one part of the building and holding Fay Wray in his hand. She would have been 116 years old today. So happy birthday. And if we're celebrating her birthday, happy birthday to each and every one of you guys. And we wish you the best. Maybe you're celebrating your birthday this weekend. If you are, happy birthday to you. I always make sure that you guys stay in touch with us, right? And I love talking to you guys, personal basis as well, And a lot of people like to sit back and just watch the show, just sit back and just the show, right? And they don't want to get themselves involved in the conversation. By the way, while still with us and you're still involved in conversation, you're going to get involved in conversation. Please do me a favor right now and give us your weather forecast. I'm still hopping on that. We're still hopping on the forecast. Because I gave mine. So why don't we get yours? All right. Anyway, for those of you who don't involve yourself in conversation with us, that's okay too. As long as you're out there, that's the most important thing. A lot of people just like to sit back and relax the show. And then some want to get in touch with me personally, and they have something to say, they just do it that way. And you can do it that way. I have an email address and a telephone, which of course I am going to give to you right now in case you want to get in touch with us. Okay, our phone number, our telephone number. Well, let's start with the email address. How's that? Let's start with that first. I think that's more appropriate to have. The email address. Okay, we got it for you. The email address is Frank Allan Fraud. AOL.com. It's Frank Allan Fraud at AOL.com. Or the telephone number is 641-715-3900, extension 467-134. That's 641-715-3900, extension 467-134. Now, if by any chance you want to get in touch with us, maybe just to say hi, you can do that too, or maybe you have questions about this show, or you have ideas about this show, or maybe suggestions, or even want to see somebody or get somebody in the show, all ears, you see? And so we listen to each and every one of you and hear what you have to say. And of course, we'll listen to you. And if he wants to get back to you for some reason, we'll try to do that as well. We can't guarantee you, but we'll try to do that as well. And so use that. It's a 24-hour day, 7 days a week. And again, that email address is Frank Allan Fraud at AOL.com. It's Frank Allan Fraud at AOL.com. Telephone number is 64. Okay, I'm kind of blank here. Let me get back to that telephone number. Yeah. Okay. The telephone number is there it is. There it is. Where is it? There. Okay. Telephone number is 641-715-39, extension 467-134. Yeah. 641-715-39, extension 467-134. Sometimes I go blank here used to the phone number. Hey Rose, how you doing? This Rose out there from Brooklyn, New York. Hello to you. Thanks for joining us. I haven't seen you in a long time. You know, happy Friday to you. Things are doing fine. Everything is well on your end. And we're holding down the fort in Brooklyn. I'm a Brooklyn guy myself, just like Rose. But I'm no longer living in Brooklyn, so she's there holding down the fort. Thank you, Rose. Warren just left us because he said stay safe. So let's stay safe. Brian, Brian mentioned something about it. Candace Owen to get tired for the view. I will boycott the show. Okay. Well, a lot of people, that's a very popular show, I understand. I don't get a chance to see the view. I never get a chance to see the views in real time. I might see Edson or something, like on YouTube or something like that. I might see that, but I don't get a chance to see the view. And it's a very popular show, and I understand. And it's funny that you mentioned that, Brian, by boycotting the show, because Whoopi Goldberg, Joy Bear, and Sonny, the three of them, I don't know about the others just said, they said that if this happens, if Candace Owens is hired to be a co-host on this show, then they're going to resign immediately. That's what they said. That's the word that I got. And so I don't know. You know, it's they had so many because they have to have a conservative on the show. That's what makes it a good show. The conservative or the Republicans, if you will, versus the Democrats on the show. I mean, you had two people there, and you had Megan. Megan is there. Megan McCain. She was there. Of course, she left. I don't know if she got fired or she just had a lump on it, and they didn't like her too much anyway. So now I don't know. I don't know where the idea came from of Candace Owens being on the show. I know you may have a personal opinion on it. Did you like her? I don't know. You know, if you have an opinion on that, you know, let me know. You know, some people like her, some people don't. They do say that the show, she has a lot of followers from ABC on the show. The View. A lot of people who watch the View follow her, like her. But, you know, so we'll see what happens. They didn't say whether or not they were going to hire her. That's just up in the air. And they're going to have to see what happens. But it's going to be an interesting thing if they were to hire. Where will it take that show? I mean, will it take them to a place of no return? I don't know. Just have to see. Tune in for a drop. They didn't say whether or not they were going to hire that musician yet, but we'll see what happens. Anyway, we'll see what happens. Okay, again, if you're just joining us, the show's called The Coffee Hour. Frank Allan here with you. We're going to begin to the top of the hour. Excuse my audio and excuse my scratching voice because I know that's how the audio is coming in. And I just want to explain that a bit. Normally we do the show at the studio, but since we're doing it live here. And by the way, I gotta say, we're from Urban Space, we're live in Urban Space. The background is just going back and forth right there. Live from Urban Space. And of course, that's the way it is. And what's happening is that the background noise that you can't hear right now. It's there, but you can't hear it because it's being compressed. And therefore, with the compression of the background noise, my voice together, that kind of scratches me out across a little bit. So we're taking the bitter with the sweet. Okay, it's time for me to give you those movies, ladies and gentlemen, that you enjoy so much. It's always my picks up the roof. Movies that, of course, a lot of you may want to indulge yourself in because we give you movies that you may add to your bucket list of movies you can watch this weekend. So add on to that bucket list movies to watch. So let me give you that right now. Let's go back in time in 1975. 1975. Little thing, a lot of you may have lived this movie called Cool High. Starring Glenn Turman and Wise Jacobs. You can check that out. It's coming on Turner Classic Movies. That's Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern. And also we have something like baseball. Okay, here's a nice baseball kind of a movie starring Gene Kelly and Frank Sinatra called Take Me Out to the Ball Game from 1949. That's on Turner Classic Movies as well. That's on Turner Classic Movies. That's Saturday at 3 p.m. Eastern. Okay, you got that? And then we have a movie. This is the last one that I have because I got through this with it. It's a movie called Bells Are Ringing from 1960, starring Dean Martin and Judy Holliday. That's on Turner Classic Movies. That's on Sunday at 3:45 p.m. Eastern. So those are the movies I have my mixing per week. Now, those of you who want to go to Turner Classic Movies and check out other movies that are there on the list, because maybe I didn't mention it. It's not because I don't like these movies, only because these are my picks of the week. You might find other interesting movies on Turner Classic Movies that you may enjoy and add to your bucket list of movies called What to Watch. You go there and scroll through them. Also, while you're there, on demand, there's a lot of movies from the past that you may like. There's a whole line of movies from A to Z. And movies that you haven't seen in a long time, movies that may jog your memory. Sometimes they rotate these movies, and they even have the time where these movies will stay on before they take them off and add some more to the labor cycle of them. All right, so that's on demand. And of course, demand also provides you numbers that are up-to-date movies, like pay-per-view movies, movies that are in the theater now to watch, and movies that were in the theater not too long ago. They're still pay-per-view movies. Obviously, we got to pay more for the movies that are in the theater now, but they're there. There are a lot of great documentaries there as well. And of course, there are shows for the kiddies that you can watch. If you like sporting events, if you missed yours in real time, depending on the network, you go the following day and check them out again, sometimes without commercial interruption. Okay, so go there and check them out. So let me repeat all of these movies right quick for you, so you get a chance of idea. Truly High, and that's coming on with Glenn Turman and Lawrence Jacobs. That's Turner Classic Movies Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern. Take Me Out to the Ball Game with June Kelly and Frank Sinatra Saturday at 3 p.m. Eastern. And Bells Are Ringing, Dean Mark, Judy Holliday. That's up to the Classic Movies. That's on Sunday, 3:45 p.m. And chance. And I hope you like them. They're right movies. All right movies. You're right there. You'll enjoy it. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for me, ladies and gentlemen. I am going to be back with you on Thursday. Next Thursday. On Talk Back Live. That's at every Thursday from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern. Right here. It's Brian and sports. It's developments in today's sports. In any event, too, we'll be back here. Of course, next Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern for more for the coffee hour. So until then, ladies and gentlemen, have yourself a wonderful day, wonderful weekend. We'll see you all then. Take care, everybody. All right.
You've been watching the Coffee Hour with your host Frank Allan. The producer has been Al Dale. Technical assistant Dave Taylor. Research by Sandy Pierce. And I'm your announcer Donna Stanky. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time on the Coffee Hour.